Hi guys and welcome back to a new video. In today's video I will be talking about the War Within and I will explain how you can start farming one of the coolest mounts that you will be able to get in this expansion as soon as the expansion will officially release next week and also on the 26th for everyone. So the mount that you will be able to get is the Beledar spawn, and as you can see this is one of the new elemental mounts that we will be able to get in the War Within. There is also, for instance, this other model right there that you will be able to get when reaching Renown 17 with the Alofo Arati faction. And then we also know that the black version will later be added into the game, but so far we don't know when and how. When it comes to the Beledar spawn, it's going to require you a little bit of grind, but as you will see, it's not too difficult. Basically, in order to farm this mount, you will need to come in Alofo, which is one of the new regions in the new continent. And here, one interesting thing is that every 3 hours, you have a void phase that will start. And basically, you can know there is a new void phase because this big crystal, which is basically the sword, will become purple and everything around you will also become purple. So these different void phases happen every 3 hours starting midnight. So for instance, 3 a.m., 6 a.m., 9 a.m., noon, 3 p.m., etc. And each time they will last for 30 minutes. And each time there is a new void phase, this new rare, which is the Beledar spawn, will spawn somewhere randomly in this map. And all you have to do is to find the rare, kill the rare, and once per day per character, you will have a chance at getting the mount. So of course, this is a very low drop chance and probably you will need to kill it a bunch of times before you are able to get the mount. But it's not too difficult and too complex in terms of how to acquire the mount. This is purely just a RNG based mount from a rare mob. Also, it's important to note that in the beta, sometimes these different void phases can spawn randomly and last for 10 minutes. So we don't know yet if this is something that is intended or if it's just a bug. But if it's intended, then normally you will be able to also farm the rare during these random phases. One important thing to keep in mind is that the rare will despawn when the void phase is done. So after 30 minutes, if no one killed him. So if you are trying to find him after that, you won't, simply because again, the rare will be gone. Now, the hardest part next to getting lucky and actually getting the mount is to find the rare. Because as you can see, the rare will have a chance to spawn in many different locations in the map. And so what you need to do is to go and try to find the location before someone else and to make sure to kill the mob when he's up. So here I would recommend you to do a few things. The first thing is you might want to wait and reach Renown 23 with the new faction, the Alofo Arati, simply because you will be able to get this item. And with this item, as you can see when you use it, you will then be able to each time see where exactly the rare is located. And so like that, you won't have to do a lot of research and fly around in order to try and find a rare. So of course, this is not something you're going to be able to do directly because it will take you a little bit of time to reach Renown 23. But this is probably the easiest way to find a rare and do this farm as easily as possible. So if you don't want to spend a lot of time flying around trying to find a rare by yourself, maybe just wait to reach Renown 23, buy the item. Normally it will unlock the item, I believe, for all the characters on your account or at least on your main character. And like that, it will become way easier for you to farm this rare. But of course, this is not mandatory and you don't need to have this item in order to farm the mount. So you can really start farming it as soon as you access Alofo. So here I would recommend you, first of all, to always try and arrive maybe 2 or 3 minutes before the start of the void phase because you will be able to start looking as soon as the crystal becomes purple. Also, if possible, start farming from the top of the map where it's very high and then just go down because like that you will be able to have a lot of vigor and you will be able to go super fast when looking for the rare. Also, of course, try to remember a little bit the different spawn points because like that you know where to go, even though as you can see from the map again, he will basically spawn almost anywhere around the map, so you will have to do a lot of flying before finding the rare. Another important thing to remember is that when you will be flying around, if you don't have an add-on, such as for instance rare scanner or something else that can let you know when a rare is available around you, on the minimap you will see these little symbols that will let you know that some rares are up. And if you see one with the edit sign around, this might be the Beledar spawn. So if there's not the edit sign around, you know this is not the right one. And you can really just go around and look on your minimap, and at some point, hopefully you will be able to find a rare like that. Also, as probably a lot of people are going to be very interested in finding the rare and killing it during the first few weeks and first few months of this new expansion, what you can do is simply go in the chat for the entire zone and try to see if other people want to team up in order to try and find the rare. And of course, probably there's going to have a lot of different groups that will be available in the group search. So here you can really just go in group finder, in primates and in custom, and you can either start your own group or join groups of people who found the rare and who are killing it all together to have a chance at getting the mount. So especially this is something that will probably happen a lot during the first few weeks because everyone will try to get the mount. And so hopefully it should be pretty easy for you to find a group and to kill the rare. So you will be able to farm this mount on many different characters. You should have normally only one chance a day per character. And you can already start doing that even though you're not level 80 yet. Normally you will need to be level 80 to learn the mount, but you should be able to get it and have it in your bags before that. So for instance, if you want to do it on a bunch of your alts because you really want the mount, you can do that. And as soon as you have the mount on one of your characters, you can then level up this character to 80 and you should be able to learn the mount that way. So this is normally something that should not take too long. I think it's probably going to be a little bit hard at the beginning simply because you will need to compete with everyone in order to find the rare. And also the rare is probably going to die pretty fast once like 5 or 6 people are trying to kill it. So definitely something that will require you a little bit of time and a few kills in order to get. But again, this is not one of the most difficult mounts that you can get in the game, and especially not one of the most difficult and annoying mounts to get from the War Within. So overall, I'm really happy because I know that a lot of players really wanted some of these new elemental mounts. For those of you who are not really familiar with them, basically we have the same mounts that were used for the Keystone Master Achievement back in Shadowlands. And as you can see, it's almost the same mounts. The only difference is really the main armor and also where you're sitting on the mount. And of course, then the color, because these ones have new colors, which is pretty cool. But again, I think this is a really cool thing that Blizzard decided to add some new models with new armors. And in my opinion, these mounts actually look really awesome. And for those of you who wonder how these mounts look actually when you are on them and when you fly with them, basically it will look like that. And so this is just an elemental and you're flying on top of him. And yeah, this is honestly, in my opinion, some of the coolest mounts that you can get in the game. So that's pretty much it for today's video. Let me know in the comments if you enjoyed. I really hope you will be able to get this mount sooner than later when the War Within will officially be launched. And of course, I also hope you will be able to get all the other cool mounts from this new expansion. I will be back very soon with more guides and more videos. And in the meantime, I wish you all a great day. Bye!